We're going to get to Fox 25 Chief Meteorologist Jack Gerfen here, who's got a look at your forecast this evening. Jack, what can you tell us?
We've got a number of supercell thunderstorms that are out there kind of moving slowly off to the east, and there is a severe thunderstorm watch in that zone that does go until 9 o'clock. We are kind of watching a few storms that are there, though. We've got a couple of them that we've got some bigger hail associated with them, so got my phone just in case we get a new alert here, as there are some of these that are looking at some very, very large hail with them, especially this one that was nearby the Watauga area. We'll get to the northern one here first. 6:15 is where this severe thunderstorm expires. It's in Grant County here. Again, that is for mainly quarter-sized hail. The possibility for maybe even up to ping-pong-sized hail with some of these storms here, but you can kind of see here, it's this one here that's by Watauga within Blaine County there. We've got the potential there for 2.5-inch sized hail, so tennis ball sized hail potential with this storm here that's just off to the west of the Watauga area, moving very slowly to the east, but it is starting to turn a little bit more to the right. That's a little bit concerning here for us, as that sometimes can increase that tornadic potential. You've got a huge hail core here, and we'd be likely looking at that to be coming in on our radar product there of 3-inch pluses based on that color table there. And in terms of velocity, we can see that there is rotation. Again, these are supercells, so there is obviously rotation with a supercell, but we're watching that one really closely here. That's our biggest storm that we do have. And then as we go farther down the list here, I guess we do have a confirmed tornado warning in Washita County. So I'm going to take this one here, guys, in the control room. If we can switch over to links 2, I'm going to take over control for that, and we're just going to have to go. Yep, so we will continue on here with that. We'll get 1 second here with that as we get all situated, and we're going to be, again, like I said, we've got a confirmed tornado warning now for Washita County. That goes until 6:15. We've got also very large hail associated with it, too. Okay, links 2 is up. All right, so this has got damaging tornado as well as golf ball sized hail moving east at 20 miles an hour. Confirmed tornado located to about 5 miles southeast of Cordell, moving east at 20 miles an hour. Okay, so we got a tornado warning here within, again, this severe thunderstorm watch area. That can obviously happen sometimes here, but let me just get all situated on the new computer, and we'll be on our way. So as you can see here, we've got the confirmed tag on it there. Again, Washita County is where we have this one at, and that goes until 6:15 tonight. Let me get a better look here, different radar, and you can see that we've got with our velocity, does show that we've got that area of rotation that does show up there. Again, like we had said in the bulletin, that is weather spotters have confirmed a tornado. It is 5 miles southeast of Cordell, moving east at 20 miles an hour. So you've got the Cloud Chief area, Cowden Junction, Colony, all in the row there. So what we'll do is we'll put a track on this, and we'll see that it's, again, a slow mover here, only about 20 miles an hour. But in these locations here that even have not popped up, we want to make sure that we're taking our tornado precautions here, as this is a confirmed tornado on the ground. We've got these slow-moving supercells, so it's going to take a little bit of some time to get here, but Cloud Chief, arrival time potentially around 5:51, and then in the Cowden area, 6:07. But still, though, locations that are within the polygon, we want to make sure that we're also keeping an eye on things as well here. Again, the Cordell area are likely looking at some very large hail with it, as well as corn, Colony, alfalfa. We've got to watch out for those locations as well. So again, we've got a confirmed tornado warning. We've got very large hail also with this too. As I turn that on, you can see that we do have the potential here for maybe up to around, well, this one's coming in now at about 1.5-inch sized hail, but some of these storms are capable of producing here over 2.5-inch hail here, so that's going to be the potential there for your tennis ball sized hail. So I've got a confirmed tornado warning with this one. Locations that are near the Cordell area, Cloud Chief, Cowden Junction, Colony, corn. Again, want to make sure that we're taking our tornado precautions, going to our shelter, and we're going to be likely hunkering down there for a little bit here as this tornado warning does go until 6:15 tonight. So as you'll see with our reflectivity, you've got the notch that's been able to show up there, as well as a number of lightning strikes too. These lightning strikes have been pretty prolific with these storms, and there's more supercells that go up the line too. I would say that in addition to this storm here that we've got with the tornado warning on it, it's the one that's in Blaine County that's got likely the largest hail, and if there would be an additional tornado warning, it would likely be that one too, as that one has exhibited some right turning here. As we take a look at our time lapse, you can see that just over the past about 15 minutes here, as we animate that, we really are kind of noticing that this northern one is also kind of moving and turning a bit more to the right. It also has what we call a cell merger too. So when that does happen, you can also sometimes get a little bit more in the way of a little added spin there out of that too. So we'll see how that plays out here and progresses. But areas near by the Watauga area and basically most of Blaine County, you want to make sure that we are also taking this one very seriously, as that one also does have very, very large hail with it. But again, we've got a confirmed tornado warning for portions of Washita County until 6:15. It's primarily for the eastern end there. So we've got the Cloud Chief area, Corn, Cordell, Cowden Junction, Colony, all these locations here, we need to make sure that we are taking our tornado precautions and going to our safe spot. It's a slow-moving storm, and there's also very large hail with it too, but still, though, we've got a confirmation of a tornado on the ground there, and we've got that moving very slowly off to the east. You can see that with our velocity, that we do have an area of spin that's being able to be detected, and so when that does happen, and really actually all of these storms would actually be spinning there. You've got a lot in the way of a lot of turning there here with nearby the Lone Wolf area, so you've got a lot of good rotation there. But really, though, as you can see, we've got good rotation that's being able to be picked up here. We're kind of far away from the Twin Lakes as well as from the Frederick radar, so this beam that we have would be going fairly high into the storm, but if it is a supercell thunderstorm, it's going to exhibit some spin, and that's what we do have out there. So we've got that tornado warning there to contend with, and then as we zoom out, still just kind of watching other storms here. Again, we've got this storm that's by the Cody area, the Knobscot, and by Watauga. Again, this is that big supercell here within Blaine County. That is really where our biggest storm is, in fact. That one also does have a fairly good amount of rotation there too with it, and that would make sense. It's starting to turn a little bit more to the right. It also is a supercell thunderstorm, so when that does happen, it has to have rotation with it to have that size with it too. So it's not surprising that there is rotation, but there's been obviously a lot in the way of just really close paying attention here to that storm, as that one potentially could also become severe at one point too. And then we have our severe thunderstorm warning up in the northern part of the state for Grant County that goes until 6:15. So we have a number of severe thunderstorm warnings that are in place here, but really, though, the storm that we're most concerned about is the one in Washita County. That goes until 6:15 there by the Cloud Chief area. Cordell, you're likely on the backside of that now, so you're going to be in the all clear. What we'll do is we'll take a look at any debris fallout here. That's not going to really actually match up there. So don't think that we've really seen anything damaged as of now. It is a obviously very rural area out here, but still, though, number of communities in the path of this. And I'll turn on our different velocity there, just get a little bit better view there. And you'll see that, again, we're calling for Cordell. You're probably just okay at this point. Still, though, make sure that stay down there in your shelter for just a little bit longer there. The Cloud Chief area, about 5:56 arrival time. The Cowden Junction, Colony. And you can kind of see now with our latest update here from the National Weather Service, they've kind of taken that polygon and shifted it a little bit more straight to the east. So the storm likely turning a little bit more to the right, which does also indicate sometimes that it can be on the upward trend in terms of its strengthening here. So alfalfa, we also still want to make sure that we are watching this here very closely. You're just outside the polygon. I'd still, though, be watching this, like I said, very closely. Colony, Corn, Crowder Lake, University Park, also in locations that are within the polygon zone. So again, want to make sure that we take this seriously, as there again is a confirmed tornado out of it. I'm going to take a look at additional circulation here. Monitoring increasing circulation with the storm southwest of the Hobart area. We'll take a look at our reflectivity and show you what that one looks like. That one's probably just our It's this one here. So, like I said earlier, that one also was showing some good, it's got some good rotation with there when you take a look at our velocity. So that does not surprise me that that one does have some good rotation to work with. That's going to be another storm that we've got to kind of keep an eye on here. And then off to the north, we've got, again, our large supercell thunderstorm that moving through the Watauga area now. Looks to be a little bit less impressive currently than it did earlier on, but we just getting some updates here on some of these storms. Okay, so it looks like we may have. Okay, so we got National Weather Service still continues our tornado warning for Ouachita County, and then we also have down with our. Potentially here we might be looking at some possible damage in the Cordell area. So we may have actually had a little bit in the way of a touchdown here in the Cordell area. That might be a brand new piece of information that's just coming in now. So you can see that again on the velocity, it's going to be, the beam is going to be a little bit higher up within the actual storm itself. So it's not exactly going to be looking as clear or not, but it is still showing up there. And that's why we've got to keep this very much in check here and kind of watch on this storm here, as it potentially may have done some damage in the Cordell area there based on some new reports coming in from the from law enforcement there. But we'll still kind of keep an eye out if we get any new additional piece of information. You can see that debris tracker shows a lot of blue there, which normally when you see blue, that would be damage, but where that is right now doesn't totally make sense. But still, though, you can sometimes get other types of dropout from our correlation coefficient, our debris tracker, and so there might actually be some in there. It just is not as bad as what that looks like. But still, though, a storm that we need to really keep our eye on here. And then now that we're getting past 5:45, we can see with additional storms that are off to the north there. We're still kind of keeping an eye on that storm in Grant County until 6:15. We've got our Blaine County storm there with a number of severe thunderstorm warnings on that. It's basically just playing catch up now until 6 o'clock there. But it did have at one point very, very large hail with it, and we'll turn that back on. And you can see that the hail core with this one in Blaine County is coming in at about 1.5 inches worth of hail. So this is our largest probably hail-producing storm that we have out there just off to the west of Watauga now, moving also very slowly. A lot of these storms are moving only at around 20 miles an hour or so. So these are very slow movers. They're going to be also dumping a lot in the way of rain too. And so that also means that we have to kind of keep an eye out, as well as just kind of watch out for any flash flooding that could be occurring with any of these storms too. We've got just checking some National Weather Service things. The flooding here is going to be probably not as bad as what it would be if this was on the east side of the state, where there was far, far more rain that was out there. But still, though, nonetheless, we need to kind of keep an eye out on that potential for any flash flooding. But again, locations in Ouachita County need to make sure that we've got we're taking our tornado precautions here. Cloud Chief, Cowden Junction, Colony, Corn, all make sure that we are in our shelters now. And when we take a look at our velocity, looks to be coming down maybe just slightly here. The way that it looked like on the radar, not exactly all that impressive, but still, though, a slow mover, only around 20 miles an hour. But if I were to draw the polygon or draw my track there, it would only pick up on a few spots. So again, Cloud Chief, Cowden Junction, Colony, Corn, make sure that you are again seeking shelter as of this time, as there is a slow-moving storm that is producing a tornado out there, as well as very large hail too. So again, dangerous situation. Want to make sure that we're seeking shelter here. This warning goes until 6:15, so we've got about another about just a little under half hour from now here. But that is our storm that we are most concerned about, clearly. The second one, I would say, would then be our storm that is in Blaine County. And that one also does have rotation. It looks a little bit better when you turn on our velocity because it's closer to the radar. But it is also a storm, too, that is naturally rotating. These are all supercells, so there is going to be some rotation in them. But this one also producing very, very large hail, especially on the kind of western side here of Blaine County. And that warning also goes until 6:15. We'll take a look at the hail core out of that one. That one is definitely our largest one. Once again, we're probably looking at hail to be easily 1.5 inches in diameter out of that storm there. And down farther to our south, the warning storm also likely has some very large hail with it too. That Hobart storm, we've got very large hail with that one. You've got the hail core actually a little bit bigger. In fact, you've got the hail core there coming in at 2 inches with our product there. So this one might actually be now the biggest hail producer that we have currently out there. Just to the south of Hobart might be where a very large hail core is between Hobart and Babs. That's moving off toward east also very slowly too at about 20 miles an hour. And then on our tornado warned storm, we also have our large hail pocket with that one too. Maybe not necessarily as big as the other ones here, but we're still easily looking at inch and a half in diameter hail out of this supercell as it slowly moves off to the east over the Cloud Chief area now. So that's where we're looking at really most of our hail to be in. Again, this is a rural area here, but still the locations that are being named like Cowden Junction, Colony, Corn, Crowder Lake, University Park, those are locations that are down the line, and even Alfalfa too. Kind of have to watch out for it as those are down the line, but Cloud Chief especially, need to make sure that you're in your shelter now at this point, as again, we've got a storm that has the confirmed confirmation tag with our storm there. And got a new update from... So we got tornado warning for Kiowa County. So we got this. Okay, so we got our new storm there down farther to our south. So we've got also in Kiowa County there, we've got our tornado warning. That was the one that we just looked at there just a moment ago. And you can see with our velocity that it does show up that we do have a area of rotation there to watch out for. Also very large hail with this one too. You can see that we've got... just looking at the hail size there. So we're probably looking at ping pong size at the very least with this one. Also moving east at about 20 miles an hour. So I'll do a track on that one. Again, this is going to be for Hobart, Babs, Comalty, going about 20 miles an hour. It's not going to pick up on all of these, but again, you're looking at a potential arrival time here of Babs at around 5:57, Hobart 5:58, and Comalty at 6:10 there. Other locations down the line that we have to kind of keep an eye out for will be the Sedan area too, just outside of the tornado warning. But you'll notice though that this has the red polygon there, so this is radar indicated with this one as of right now, whereas the one farther to the north is a confirmed tornado, but that one is... this one goes until 6:30. This tornado warning goes until 6:30. Our Ouachita County one goes until 6:15. So we've got multiple supercell thunderstorms that are out there currently, and they are producing very, very large hail with them, and as well as also exhibiting rotation too. Just kind of go up the list here, and we'll just go from top to bottom. You'll see that as I go back to the Vance Air Force Base one, that Grant County one looks to be far less impressive now at this point. So that's our northern storm there. You can see that then farther down to our south, we've got our big supercell there for Blaine. That goes until 6:15. That one's got the potential here for some very, very large hail with it. As I switch over to Twin Lakes, the way these are all moving very, very slowly here, you'll see that their movement is really only about 20 miles an hour or so, generally to the east. So these are not exactly fast movers whatsoever. So that does mean that underneath them, you'd be looking at some very heavy rain there, as well as the potential for that hail to maybe even pile up too, if it is in fact falling. But from our radar, we can definitely tell that we've got some very large hail with these storms out there today. And that's how the setup was going to be for today. We had a slight risk for severe weather. It's primarily going to be for a wind and a hail threat for today. And all of these storms are currently moving in an area there that is underneath a severe thunderstorm watch. What I'll do is I will turn that one on there for you. And you can see that that watch does go until 9 o'clock. We don't have any extension on that one as of right now. So you'll see that Oklahoma County, for example, not within the watch. And it goes until 9 o'clock. And part of the reasons why we're saying it goes until 9 o'clock, any storms that are in here likely going to be moving very slowly. So not saying that we don't see some sort of extension here, but the plan was really never for these storms to really move all that fast out of this area. And we do think that, especially once they are able to cross I-35, that there is going to be a downward trend with them. So we'll continue to watch storms here throughout the evening, but as of right now, we've got basically 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 supercells that are in Oklahoma, and they extend from north central Oklahoma all the way down to the southwest part of the state. But we do, though, have 2 tornado warnings out of these, a confirmed one, and then also one that is for radar indicated. So let me turn off our laps, and also we'll turn off our watch area there just to get rid of the blue. and you'll see that you'll still have our confirmed tornado tag on this Ouachita County storm. I'll take a look at our base velocity, and we can see that as we just kind of move around with our radars, again, that's going to be kind of high up there. It does have some rotation, obviously, still. In terms of any CC dropout, at that point there, we might be looking at maybe just a little bit, if in fact the Cordell area did get some damage, like that was reported by law enforcement, that might be there, but it's also on the back side of it too, which is sometimes you get a little bit in the way of some contamination with that. So just looking at what National Weather Service is saying, along the corridor of I-35, severe weather looks to be low, and really our intensity should decrease around sunset. So we've also got the concerning circulation is emerging south of the Hobart and Babb, so that is where we've been watching down here. So let me go back to our velocity. Yeah, so there is where we continue to have our main tornado warning here within our radar indicated tornado warned area there of Kiowa County. We'll do another track on that one. These are all moving really slow here today, so they're not moving very fast, but generally about northeast at about 20 miles an hour or so. It only picks up on Babbs. It only picks up on Hobart right now. But again, you've got only a few more minutes there to seek shelter from this storm, as it is capable of producing a tornado. As you can see from the storm above, we've got the confirmed tag on that one. Need to make sure that we're seeking shelter with this, as it is potentially going to be a storm that could drop one here. So that is our southern tornado warned storm here. To the north, we do have our confirmed tornado there. Again, that still continues here for about another 20 minutes, give or take. And as we take a look at various tilts of our radar, just trying to find that velocity, it is there, our velocity is there with our rotation. Just going to get the latest here from NWS. So we're all still kind of caught up with there. Okay. All right, so we got, just checking a few more things here. Sorry about that, everyone, for the pauses. All right, so we've got our Blaine County storm still remains severe thunderstorm warned in terms of our velocity there. It's got some rotation, as you'd imagine, for a supercell, but it is still looking to be non-tornadic right now, which is good. And then going down, you can also see, too, that we just got not only the confirmed tornado, but we also have a flood advisory there from the National Weather Service being issued there, too. And then we're also still kind of watching low-level circulation noted with the storm west of Watonga. They're going to go ahead and issue a tornado possible tag with that one. So that's been our big supercell that we've been watching up here. That's got a now until 6:15 there, severe thunderstorm warning, large hail, looking at 60-mile-per-hour winds, but also that tornado possible tag with that one. This storm has had that at times here, the past couple go-arounds here with our warning, so it's not exactly all that surprising. This storm actually is nice and all by itself, so we do have to watch out for its potential here as it keeps trying to turn a little bit more to its right, trying to make a little bit more of a eventually a southeast turn if it wants to keep on turning in that direction. But when we get that right turn, that is sometimes when we are able to see an uptick in our intensity, and that is what we have right now. So that we got a couple of cleanups here with our warnings, it looks like, here from the National Weather Service. So again, large supercell thunderstorm by Watonga within Blaine County. That one's moving very slowly to our east and to our northeast, and then we're still watching our confirmed tornado within Ouachita County. That goes until also 6:15 there over the Cloud Chief area, the Cowden, Colony, Corn. Those locations, again, need to make sure that you're seeking shelter. Just be mindful, though, you also have your flash flood warning that is going to be going over that too. So you've got the hail potential, the wind potential, the flooding potential, and obviously clearly the tornado potential out of this storm too. So again, this is one we want to make sure that we are taking very seriously here, so please seek shelter at this time if you've not done so already, especially if you live a little bit farther on the east end of the polygon there by the Colony area, for example. You've got some time. It is a slow mover, but we've named you now a number of times, so it should not be surprising to be able to go down and seek shelter.